Let's get started.
It's time to drink
and draw.
Drinks
And draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, wake the kids, phone the neighbors.
drinks
And draw.
Give the folks a little sizzle.
Sizzle?
Spetsy.
Quick.
Wow, you're pretty quick for a big guy.
Brought to you by
Comics.shop.
I believe I'm ready, but you just don't know.
I feel I'm ready.
Episode 109 of Drink and Draw. We are doing manga tonight. It's a massive choice of things in manga, so this will be an interesting. I'll be curious if anyone doubles up. That's what I'm looking for tonight. If anyone doubles up.
Yes, for those concerned and already writing letters, know that baby will not be drinking, but she will be drawing. So stay tuned. I want to ride my bicycle. Sis, I've been got my kids off training wheels during the school holidays, so I've been riding every single day, and my hammies. Is hammies a thing? My hammies, my ham and cheese sandwiches, stretched, limber, and ready to something or other. Sis, you are celebrating a little something this weekend, are you not?
Yes. Comic Studio is turning 3 this Sunday, and as many of the Comic Studio peoples are going to join together and have a bit of a celebration on Sunday evening. Live for everyone to join in with us and celebrate our 3rd birthday.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday to you.
All together then. Happy birthday.
What time, sis?
6:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm just waiting for a banner to be made and then I'll post it up.
I should be finished my breakfast by 6:30. Yeah, that'd be good.
PM.
Oh, PM. Right. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
just
glad
want to
we
throw that out
checked.
there for you, Dave.
I had to drag
Right,
it out.
1830 or whatever I don't know how you say it.
1830.
Now, Sis, speaking of celebrations, and look, something happened before the show, before we went live, that amused me to no end. Now, it's very normal for you to act this way, but I've got a new appreciation, a new vantage point, if you will. I like to, on this show, and particularly in the pre and post shows, push the boundaries of double entendres and get a little bit, my jokes get a bit crude and a little sexy. And you're the first to cringe and go, oh, God, like this. I had the pleasure. Now, you and I have met in person previously, but it was a drive-by hugging, if you will. You were down in Melbourne last weekend or the weekend before, whenever it was.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And we went out and we got on the sauce. And I learnt that my double entendres and my sexy crude jokes are nothing compared to what a drunk sizzle gets up to.
Ah, right. Oh, you got it pissed, did you?
Dave, at one point, before I admit to drinking and driving, I wasn't on the sauce. I had 2 beers over 5 hours, but I like to think I held my own. We did karaoke. We went to a pub. We got jovial. But I ended up driving a bunch of these jamokes home. And my back seat was filled with the creator of Sky's Cabin Library, Peter Lane, was in the back seat. In the middle was he of the Sidrus and the comics. It was Shane Sizzle Siddle. And then next to him was Aaron Mack of Gods Among Men. And in the front seat was the only man keeping me sane, the man behind the pink flamenco, Nick May. So me and my co-pilot had things somewhat under control. But Dave, my back seat, and now I literally said this. I said, Sis, how do you think he would be if Dave was with us right now? And Sis said, I don't think Dave would be proud of me, Spency.
I reckon I would have been pissed. Boy, what were you doing to make me not proud of you, mate?
Let's not speak of it ever again.
Where was this Sis in
Ladies on the
Sydney?
street. And
When Sis was in Sydney, he behaved well.
Well, maybe Ed Kearsley was a bad influence because
Ed.
Sis and Ed Kearsley got up and sung 3 or 4 songs together at karaoke, and
Really?
they held their own. You know,
Which
Yeah,
were
I got video.
2 of them? Then, do you have video? Are
remember
you
two.
going to post the video on the
Make
show?
it
Yeah.
happen up here.
No, I dare not. I know enough not to show it live on the show, but with permission, I will show it to you after the show.
Is this for Patreon members?
Yeah,
members,
sign
yeah.
up to the Comex Patreon. But until then, let's get on with this show, shall we? So, Sis, thank you very much for having us, and on this birthday of sorts. Now, of course, the man with barely a rib, Nick Cleary. What's up, man?
Not much. Last time I was on Comex, I was hosting this little program, and that was exciting little hour or so. I missed my outro. That's all right.
Yeah, did you want to do the outro now?
Tell you what, give me tonight's outro. I'll take that if you don't mind.
It's yours. Done
Sweet.
and done.
I'll start writing something now.
Okay, because that's what I do. You can tell I script all this stuff out. So, now Dr. Dre must make do with just 50 Cent and the rest of D12 because we have Slim Shady here in the house. What's up, Shady and Jew?
Not much. It's good to be back. I'm really excited for this particular episode because everybody and their dog knows that I grew up on manga and anime, so I'm very keen to share and hear everyone's favorite manga.
Yeah. Well, so I almost was tempted to put you in this little spot here because I know next to nothing about manga, so I will be leaning on you quite a bit. Now, a man who is always there for me when I need a comedic shoulder to lean on, Alex Major.
I don't think what I do is comedy. It's just annoying.
Something.
But yeah, I'll be upsetting manga people today, so don't worry. And I'll probably be just ruining it for everybody today. So some people might be like not liking me by the end of more people not liking me by the end of the show. So not just the general public, but other people who are on the fence. They're like, that was the straw that broke this camel's back. Is this man's opinion on anime manga?
Well,
Speak
Alex,
freely, mate. Don't feel inhibited.
And Angie Spice is back with us. How are you, B? How you be, Angie? Oh, we can't hear.
You're muted, are you?
Sorry, it's good to be back.
It's good to have you on this manga heavy episode because we don't want to look like total nuffies when me and Sis go, we know nothing about it. So very good to have someone with the knowledge that you bring. Sean, Craig, how you be, sir?
As you can see, I've got my hands full with this little thing here. This is
What is it?
What is it?
I apologize for making the noise in that.
It's your daughter.
Yes.
I hope it's his daughter. We've never clarified. That is your baby, right?
That is.
Isla. Got it right. A liar. Oh, geez, mate. It's going to take me a week to get used to saying her name. A liar.
Yeah.
Right.
I like your first one, Dave.
She's 7 months old.
7 months.
7,
wow.
yeah. She's a chubby little character.
Yeah. Look, Elijah, you're on the internet.
A bit cuter than you, mate.
she's going to be on here for a little bit, but I'll have to hand her back to Mum so I can get on with my drawing and that. In a minute.
All right. Nice.
Give her a rubber, mate. She can do your rubbing out for you.
Dave, you don't need a rubber at all, mate. You're barely a line out of place. How you be, sir?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. Yeah, quite good.
Well,
what else you want to know?
Anything. Anything. How have you been? What have you been up to? What are you working on?
What am I doing? Colouring a comic at the moment for Roger Stitson.
Nice.
He's got another comic story he's doing, so I'm drawing that for him.
Yeah. Nice. And of course, Le Wolverine is in the house. Logan French. Now, Logan, since you've been on the show, I believe Amphibia Noir 2 has come out, and I want to say, forgive me if I get the wrong, Lady of the Swamp, number 1.
Yes, currently in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's kept me busy for the past 4 months so far. So a little past halfway on inks and colors on that one now, so it's coming along really well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you also have a manga podcast, which is good because welcome to the Know Nothing show where we barely research what we're talking about.
That's not true. I'm sure you guys read something.
We know
that implies at all.
We'll work something out. David Shembry, how are you, sir?
Good, thanks, man. Good, thank you.
We have met in person, but you've never been on the show before.
No, this is number 1 for me. So thank you for the invite. And thank you for having me on board. It's I've watched a few of them, and I was pretty chuffed to get invited. So thank you very much.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for joining us.
I hope not to make an utter fool of myself when you see my drawing.
Yeah, wicked. No, leave that to me.
Well, you'll be the only one on here that ain't a fool, mate.
That's not Dave. That's not a nice thing to say about Angie. We haven't had her for ages. Angie's looking at me angry.
Well,
you're just part of the gang, Angie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I missed it. It's okay.
So yes, we are talking and drawing manga tonight. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in because we have been a little bit disorganized and a little bit. Are they on this week? Are they not? With the Easter break and everything. So super chuffed to see that we have some art already in. If you are drawing at home, we would love for you to send in your artwork to a little banner that will go across the bottom.
That will go across eventually.
Panic as he tries to find it. And we love art from amateurs, professionals. They can be doodles, they can be huge, beautiful finished paintings. Whatever you got, we would love to see it. But now it's time to talk about.
Let's talk about real stuff. Let's talk about
Yes, and so that theme, of course, is manga. There's one thing I do know about it is that you don't call it manga, you call it manga.
Why not?
So,
I call it
don't
manga.
know. It's like that's the Australian. It's manga. Come on, Dave. Get it
I looked it up on Google. And
if you say manga in Japan, they think you're talking about that shitbox car.
Excuse me.
I looked it up on Google, and it said Americans say manga. I don't know what Japanese say, and British and English-speaking people, because Americans don't speak English, we know that. We say manga.
But aren't we? Now I know nothing about nothing, but aren't we? Shouldn't we be saying it the Japanese way?
No.
How do they say it?
Yes.
Manga.
It's like a Japanese like manga or something. I don't know.
I think we should. Yeah, I reckon we should say it the Australian way because we're bloody Australians, all right?
Well, Dave, then you should just say comics then.
You sound like me from 2 weeks ago, Dave. Come on.
All right, I'll shut up now and get back to drawing.
Well, so Dave, look, manga comics or graphic novels originating from Japan. Most manga conform to a style developed in Japan in the late 19th century, and the form has a long history in earlier Japanese art. The term manga is used in Japan to refer to both comics and cartooning. Outside of Japan, the word is typically used to refer to comics originally published in Japan. Manga translates to whimsical pictures. So get your face around that one, Dave. And anime is not a cartoon, despite popular belief, but an art form. Now, this bit that I found interesting, because I wondered how does manga compare to the comics that we normally talk about on this show. Now, Dave, you're going to be my little my little banter machine guy. Who do you think holds a bigger share of the market, manga or your Western Batmans and Spider-Mans?
Well, hey, just before I answer that, what do they classify Chinese comics as? Are they manga or are they some of their own genre?
It's called manhwa.
Manhwa is Korean.
No,
they're Chinese as well.
Yeah, but Chinese actually use the same word as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
manhwa.
That's confusing.
But it's basically still comics, as we call them, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that all comes back to the same thing. It's all the same thing, just different words. But so if you want to include the Chinese and the Korean in with the in their Asian side of manga, I'd say manga's bigger.
Well, I don't have anywhere near those facts. But all I have is what I looked up and wrote down. I know nothing. I mean, well, look, me and Sids, we know heaps, but we wanted to open it up to the floor and let other people have a chance to talk.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
But manga outsells comics in the West, accounting for almost 45% of all comic book sales in 2022.
Yeah, right.
Quick, do you want to throw out a theory why manga outsells Western comic books?
No, I don't. Maybe because put it down to just like one book, like Dragon Ball Z outsells or something, or just Pokemon alone. It's like there's just one brand that dominates. That's my theory.
Okay, well, neither of those are the highest selling manga.
Doraemon, isn't it, or some other stuff?
It's
funny, but it's just in Japan it's just more common. Like they like.
Aiden, do you want to school these fools as to what the best selling manga is?
What the best selling manga is?
Yeah, or the highest selling of all time.
Wait, for last year or in all time?
I think all time.
All time. Okay.
It's either One Piece or Demon Slayer.
It's
not Doraemon.
Was that you, Sean?
Yes.
Alex, get off your device. Only I'm allowed to use devices.
No cheating. Get out of it. No cheating.
I'm not cheating. I'm just checking my email.
Is it? I think I have it. Is it either one of these three? Is it Bleach, Naruto, or One Piece?
Ooh, so close. Yes, One Piece. So Sean had it, and what was the other one you said? Was it Demon Knights?
Demon Slayer. That's one of the latest ones, but
Demon
apparently
Slayer.
that's become just as popular as One Piece over in Japan. It's pretty much like the new Rurouni Kenshin.
Demon Slayer comes in at number 9 of the all-time top selling. One Piece average sales per volume is 4.89 million, and they have 107 volumes. So approximate sales of 523.2 million.
Wow.
So according to the email I got, Doraemon's only 5. Dragon Ball's number 2.
Hey,
to this
Alex.
Different article.
This is a new level of annoying. Put your shit away. Let me do the Googling. There's a format.
Yeah.
It's loose
I
as
thought
a
Shaden was the Googler. I thought Shaden,
Yeah.
Shaden was supposed to be
That's
doing
Shaden's
the Googling.
job. Don't you take Shaden's job off
Alex,
us.
but he's not even doing it. It's like Spetsy's doing.
Was that right, Spetsy? It's just like there's one book just changing all the facts, the numbers.
No, I don't think so. So, well, according to this thing that I looked up,
Yeah.
so
Right, 'cause
Manga
that's
offers
reliable.
better prices and consumer convenience. Now we'll go into that in a second. With a higher page count for a similar price, similar cover price to Western Comics, but you get more bang for your buck. Has a lower barrier of entry for new readers due to its linear storytelling and diverse range of genres, attracting a wider audience. And I think this is just me spitballing of other things I've heard. The consumer convenience aspect might be talking to, when you want, and it's also the lower barrier of entry for new readers. When you want to read Spider-Man, you go in and there's 400 different Spider-Man things, and you have no idea where to start. When you were to read One Piece, it literally says on the spine, One Piece, 106. And then you go, oh, where's number one? You look, 100 books to the side, and there's One Piece, Volume 1. It's very simple. They're all got the same trade dress. Very easy to follow. Whereas Western Comics,
Yeah, but you still have Dragon Ball. There's Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and then some Goku's Quest or whatever.
Yeah, but that's all one continuing story.
Yeah.
They're not varied.
Yeah,
that C and GT is only thing that the Western.
Well, GT,
got.
GT is a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a TV show, but that Dragon Ball Z was only added by the American Viz. Because if you look at the actual Dragon Ball volumes, like Dragon Ball Z number 1, it actually has the true number on the art cover, and it keeps going. So there isn't, in the Asian countries, there is no Dragon Ball Z. It's just one whole Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, yeah.
Yeah, right. Because I was looking in the book shop and I could only find Dragon Ball Z. I couldn't find the Dragon Ball Z. I was looking everywhere. I couldn't find it. Yeah.
Now, Dave, this is something that I find hilarious, and I'm going to pretend it bothers me, and I couldn't care less. But so there's a TV show, right, called Castle.
Yeah,
now,
Castle. Yep.
Right. Or what would you say it's called, Dave?
Castle.
Right. Now, the guy's name is Richard Castle. So
Well, that's how he pronounces it.
So let's say my name is Craig, but I come from America, so my name is Craig, right? And I say, oh, g'day, Dave. Nice to meet you. I'm Craig.
Craig, yeah, I know. Yeah, right.
Do you say g'day, Craig, or do you say g'day, Craig?
Well, I wouldn't know what he's saying. I would think, oh, that's his funny name. Okay, Craig, how you going, mate? Because the same thing happened to me. I met a bloke, a Canadian. His name, I said, my name's Dave, mate. How you going? And he says, I'm Barry. Oh, okay, g'day, Barry. That's an interesting name, but okay. I find out about 6 months later it's Barry, but that's how he pronounces it, Barry. Righto, mate. You've made a muggy out of me for the last 12 months, but
good old Barry.
So, Dave, if you went to another country and said, "Hi, my name's Dave," and they said, "Oh, hello, Dave," would you be perturbed by that? Would you be like, "No, my name's Dave," or would you be like,
"No, it's quite." I don't mind that because, I met a girl once, and she used to pronounce it funny like that.
Was she good looking?
She called me David, but it was David. David.
I've had David. I've had David.
David. It might have been something like that. Yeah. Yeah. And so I didn't mind. I thought it was nice.
Drink and draw it.
I had to think about my surname before, so it's like I've had issues with my surname when I was studying art school and had a teacher who was hopeless. He didn't even try; he just made fun of it. Idiot.
That's rude.
It was. Be honest. Just try and just say, just have a go.
Yeah, there's no need to be rude about it.
That's right.
Especially everybody pronounces my name wrong. Like it's Major because I'm Hungarian, but everybody calls me Major, and I'm like, I hate being that guy. I hate people who are correcting. So everybody calls me Major here, and that's a normal name in English, and I'm keeping it. And I actually don't like it when people come up to me, try to make it more complicated. I'm like, we're in Australia. Major, you read this name in English, Major, so it's Major, but it's Major.
Good on you, mate. You've assimilated.
No, as a sign of respect, Alex, never. You are Alex Mayor from now on. You will never.
No, that is disrespectful. Because, like,
out of respect, I will never say Alex Mayor again.
That's disrespectful calling me Mayor because we're in Australia. It's just got to cause confusion. It's weird. If people see my name easily, they're just all gonna call it Major. And I kind of try, like, they pronounce my name differently everywhere I go because I live in many countries. Used to. Now I'm stuck in living in one country, and in this country I'm called Major. But like, just like I mean, if somebody just like accidentally, like if you're gonna make a big deal of it, it's frustrating for everybody involved. But if somebody just calls me Major, and I just kept it that way because that way we can all move forward and talk about a lot more interesting things. So I'm a little bit. I'm sensitive on the other direction because like I'm on that side, and I'd hate to be that guy who keeps correcting people's pronunciation. I'm like, we have more interesting things to talk about than being.
Yeah.
And then also people in a thing where like, oh, how do I pronounce my name? It's the easiest thing, whatever the easiest thing that comes to you. That's it, and it's kind of like a language.
A lot of the immigrants that came out after the war, they were from your sort of country up there in Europe, Alex, and they anglicised their names to like Giuseppe. A lot of Giuseppes came over from Italy, but a lot of them got called Joe. Because Aussies weren't used to saying Giuseppe, and if you read it, they wouldn't know how to pronounce it because they weren't used to seeing that name. So a lot of them got anglicised names like Joe and things like that. And they were happily enough wore them, and they still wear them today, those names. They didn't fight it. They just went, okay, yeah, that's my name over here. Just the way you are, mate. They got the same attitude as you have.
Well, Alex, out of respect, I will call you Major from now on. Alex Major. So you'll never hear me say your last name incorrect, Alex.
Mayor is very cosmopolitan, though, mate.
Is it?
It does have a certain ring to it.
It sounds, I don't know. There's a W word for it if I started asking people to call me Mayor. Just Major.
I mean, it sounds wicked. My last name's Lyle, and I got called Lisley and Lizzle and lesbian. Those ones I did correct at the time. All right, let's go around the room. Sorry. No.
Everyone used to have my last name pronounced Crakey. Everyone thought they had to have the E there, but it's like no, the E song. It's just Craig. I had to correct them so many times.
Yeah, right.
Until I went to, the time I went to Canada, and everyone actually got it right. Nobody in this country gets my last name right.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, that's where's that? Is that a Welsh name, or what's that? Where's that from?
Well, it actually comes from Ireland and Scotland, actually.
Yeah, I thought it was Celtic.
Good stuff.
When I was in Thailand one time, I was on a canoe, and I had a Thai man paddling it with me, sitting behind me, and he asked me what my name was, and I said Rob, and he said Rom, and I said Rob, Rom, and so I thought I said Bob. I thought Bob will be easier for him to say. I said Bob, and he said Bomb, and I was like, yeah, Bomb, and so he called me Bomb for the rest of the time. And then when we got a tour of this island sort of thing, and then the people with the boats called out for each of their people. So there was like one guy yelling out Phil and one guy yelling out Steve, and then my guy's there going, Bomb! Bomb! Yes. True story. Yeah. Nice. Hilarious. So let's we'll start with you. I wondered, as Manga, in any way influenced your art or your storytelling, do you think?
What do you think, Shaden?
Absolutely.
No, that's a tough one. I've drawn stuff, and you guys have said there's a little bit of manga in what I do. I don't know. Wow. I'll throw it back. You guys, yeah, like Cowboy Bebop was like my show. Like I'm always thinking about Cowboy Bebop. Not a day goes by I don't think about that for some reason. But I don't know. Like, can I throw it back? Do you guys see a little bit of
in your
manga in my drawing?
In this?
Yeah, in that bird book.
How does it read back to front page?
Let's have a look. Oh, you can almost read it back to front. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who came first, Rocksteady and Bebop or Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop.
Maybe your use of halftone. Maybe manga use a lot of halftone in the speed lines you've got here. Look at that.
Yeah, there's more speed lines in there.
That's a bit manga-ish, is it?
Nah, pushing it.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just cartoons. Like it's nice. You got you got cool little grit in there and stuff. I don't know. I don't think. I'll be honest. Between us ladies, not much manga in there, but I still like it.
I'm
what
curious
you would
to see what Alex would go for that question.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, you know what you would be good at, quick. And I didn't even know this position existed, but you could be a manga assistant. Have you heard? Do you know what a manga assistant is?
They draw the backgrounds.
What's that?
They draw the backgrounds for the real guys.
Keep going. You got it. And they also apply
they do toning. They can do the lettering for you. Sometimes edit.
Dude, that sounds like the worst gig. All I draw is like humans, bird people, and then it's like, oh, now I got to do the backgrounds. Like it's
Not just that, but you got to draw like them, not like you.
Yeah.
As well. So.
Oh wow.
That's the tricky part.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so
hard pass.
Oh, they pay you $500 a month too.
All manga is drawn by hand and often with the help of a manga assistant who sometimes draws better than the author. Most often, assistants are responsible for the backgrounds and screen tones, while the mangaka, him or herself, draws and inks the main characters. While they are often employed to help with art, assistants almost never help the mangaka with the plot of their manga beyond being a sounding board for the ideas. So, yeah, you literally get the worst part of making comics.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like contributing.
But manga's not the only type that do that, because Wally Wood and Charles Schultz, did he do it? They used to have their own team of people to help them get their comics out and that.
Jim Davis as well, and Tintin as well. They had as well.
I think,
yeah, Garfield.
I think the reason for that is the timeline, because manga is released weekly on a regular basis, or bi-weekly. Yeah. You got to remember they're releasing 12 to 14 pages every week, completely finished. These guys do not sleep.
No.
Yeah. So just ask that guy for One Piece. He only gets 3 hours of sleep, like per day.
Yeah, he has. You can actually find his schedule online. So Oda released his schedule online, and it's madness. It really is. He starts, like, he works through the night and will sleep through the day.
He actually sleeps on his desk.
Yeah, he will sleep like wherever he can and whenever he can.
How would you do that? How would you do that? Like I can appreciate meeting deadlines and everything like that. But speaking for myself, I couldn't perform any drawing if I was really, knackered.
It's complete dedication. Plus, they admit that being a mangaka is voluntary enslavement. They know what they're getting into, but they still do it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
a lot of them pretty much average just 4 hours of sleep because they're that dedicated to the sword.
Yeah, right.
So
Wow.
Logan, you said they do 14 pages or so. So what I know as manga, like the small sort of graphic novels, is that a collection of chapters, like single floppies that come out more regularly?
So what you see in the stores is what they call a tankaban. Tankaban is a collection of 6 to 7 volumes, depending on how many pages they release in a week. So a tankaban is a collection of essentially 6 or 7 weeks worth of work, and that's how they actually calculate their sales as well. So they've got 2 ways that they release. So they release on a weekly basis in something like this, right? Which is a magazine which is released every week, and it'll have about 10 to 12 different titles in it, and those 14 pages are released in there each week. And then at the end of that sort of 6-week period, they then roll it all up, edit if they need to edit, and then print.
And so, like, I thought they did 3 or 4-ish panels a page because of the size of what you called it, tankaban.
Yeah.
But so when it's in that format you just showed, it's obviously bigger. So are they doing 3 panels to save drawing time, or
very rarely will you see 3 panels? So you'll
okay.
only see 3 panels during action and that sort of stuff. They do there is a lot of spreads, and there's a lot of big impact imagery, which is pretty standard. But if you boil it down, there's a lot of manga that involve just talking. So you'll get 9 panels on a page. You'll get 15 in some occasions, depending on what kind of mood that they're looking to portray on the page. So a lot of the stuff you may have seen, whether it be from like Dragon Ball or One Piece and that sort of stuff, the shonen based range of manga tends to be very action driven. So therefore they tend to have a lot less panels on the page because it's all
Oh, I didn't see.
Doesn't look too different to a Western book. That's the amount of panels, right?
Yeah. So it's not a lot different. Oh boy, that's a classic. I love that series.
Keep turning, keep going.
Well, Sean, your drawing style is very manga influenced too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that they definitely influenced my art a lot. Like otherwise, I'd probably be just drawing like very cartoony still or something, or I probably wouldn't even be drawing anymore if it wasn't for manga, really.
Oh.
But yeah, the very first one I ever got, I'll show you. It's actually like no one actually knows it, but it's actually this one, Stillbuster.
Oh right.
And
What's going
it's
on
actually
there?
a
Nice
an
angle.
independent. It's actually an independent.
Stillbuster.
It's actually an independent of how they pronounce it, a indie or a doshiyashindi. I don't think I got it right, but it's those ones that didn't make it into the magazines as Show and Jump, so they just try to print it by themselves. But these are one of the few ones that actually got picked up by Antarctic Press back in the 90s, and they got it translated just saying, yeah, like we'll print it for you out in America and the West. And I actually see it in the shop in Mackay. Like, what the hell is this? And I read it, and I just like, I was just like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. Like, even though like it was in single issues. The single issue will only take like 5 minutes to read, but I just kept reading it over and over again.
Looking at the pickies.
Can you just flick? I just want to see how regular the butts are, because that's 3 butts.
There's a whole genre for that.
Oh, genre.
This comic shamelessly jumps the shark. the panty shots, naked tits, the violence, the completely cheesy dialogue. It's like it's so bad, it's actually brilliant.
Right.
It looks very dirty, Peter. Actually.
Oh, I saw stuff safe for work. I mean, depending on your work.
Yeah, I don't know.
My work is not safe, but some jobs totally safe.
It would have been safe in my
See, that looks
workplace.
pretty manga there. See, there you go. You got some.
Yeah, this is like early 90s, 80s kind of
That's
stuff.
a good picky, mate.
That's
Very manga. That's
This
and
is
it was
my
actually Antarctic Press's highest selling book back at the time. So I'll actually show back here. Bit of a fan up there.
Well, I didn't realize that Sean's left his desk.
Yeah, let me show you this.
All right.
When I first saw Manga, this is the first one I ever came across.
Right.
This was in the 90s. I never knew well, I'd never seen it before. And I saw this in the bookshop and I said, wow, this is amazing. And it, it tells you how to read it. It says, don't start here. You got to start here. And then when you open it up, it's got all the panels numbered so that you read in the correct order to guide you through it for beginners. Because this is, I
know some Aussie comics that could use those numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've seen those too. But so they did that just to help introduce Western readers to this manga stuff. And this is about this was expensive, I think, for the size of them. I think they cost me $20 each or something. But I thought, wow, I just got to buy them because they look really good.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy that. I only got volume 1 and 2.
Dave?
Yep.
Did you still read them without the page numbers?
I
just noticed
page numbers, mate.
Oh, they're tiny. Oh, they're wonderful.
The base is.
See, that's why I bought it.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Total.
That's a good idea in your pages, isn't it? Very good idea.
Bit close to the bleed.
Can I show you guys something?
Yeah.
Can I show you guys? This is a manga. This is a manga comic I've had since I was a teenager. I actually don't know what it's called. It's all in Japanese. But it's got just when you're looking at the layouts and stuff like that. And does anyone know this comic at all? Well, this manga. It's done by Jump Comics. And this particular one was
show the cover again. It might hint. Someone might get a hint from the cover.
Very samurai sword, a lot of ninja action.
Oh yeah, that's Rurouni Kenshin.
A lot of head chopping. It's
so-
pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
that's Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, that's the one.
The action and the movement of all of this stuff is just fantastic. I found this really inspirational when I was doing a lot of my initial sketching. So I do like the manga style, the big eyes and and the way that they design their movement. I love the erratic panels. Like nothing's really following any kind of, it seems to be just making it up as it flows from page to page. And I think the movement is what I guess decides how they're going to set their panels up.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's good. Someone knows
There
what
you
it
go.
is. But
Jackie's got something there. What's that say?
You read it, Dave.
I'm not going to try, dude.
No, that's what Logan
Rurouni
and Sean.
Or Samurai X.
Yeah, too bad that guy that did Rurouni Kenshin turned out to be a.
Yeah, don't look that up.
I mean, if you're gonna show off Japanese stuff, I'll show you guys some Japanese stuff.
I'll show you some Japanese.
As you guys can see, there's like a bunch of text there. All Japanese. So
right.
yeah, not comics, just Japanese. My partner's a Japanese teacher, so that's all. I just wanted to brag. I have. That's all. That's all. I hope this entertained the viewers. They saw some Japanese text as well. No pictures. There's actually pictures in those books, but they're not comics. They're just language textbooks.
Nice. Now we're almost at art time, so I'm foregoing the go around the room. I want to give Shaden and Angie a chance to tell us all about their manga love. So we'll start with you, Shady Lady. You picked the theme. No questions. The floor is yours. Tell us something.
Oh my god. Okay, so my all-time favorite. So unlike some of the examples that have already been shown, like with samurai, go get 'em heroes. I'm a romance girly through and through. So any like viewers tonight who are into like romance, I got you. So my all-time favorite is this little number called Orange, and I've got 2 volumes. There's a second one, and they're Beefy Boys.
Wow.
And it's a romance that's quite different to anything I have read before, because it's got a little bit of like sci-fi into it. Hello, Shane. It's like a high school romance, and it's intertwined with parallel universes, which is something that I picked up and I was like, I've got to read this. I first started delved into anime that then got me into reading manga in high school, and it just took off from there. Another huge favorite of mine is
just before you move on to the, can you just like, as someone who's never read romance, is it just like, 2 people falling in love, will they, won't they? Is there like, what are the stakes? What are the is that it?
Yes, it depends on the actual story. So the stakes in this particular one with the sci-fi,
right.
It's got high stakes because I don't want to give it away, but it's not just a typical like we held hands kind of thing. It's got really, really heavy topics in it. Really good for, I guess, a good advocate for mental health per se. Himini Todoke is a little bit lighthearted, and it's about a girl who is always seen as very gloomy. No one really likes her. This was also adapted into an anime. I saw the anime first, and then I read it, and I loved it. The manga goes beyond the actual TV show, the anime, so you get to learn more of their story as it progresses. Very lighthearted, and it's about a girl who not only falls in love but also makes a lot of friends, and it's just really like someone who's very different and actually is accepted by everyone. And then I'm currently reading Haru Ride. I can never pronounce it properly, and this one's a really good one too. It's quite lighthearted. It's about friends to lovers. These 2 people met in like elementary school, and then they like parted ways, and then they came back in high school, and the guy is like completely changed, and she's like kind of figuring out what happened to him, kind of thing. So I'll let you know as I read on and how it goes, but so far so good. So that's good. But yeah.
Hey, Jaden, did you ever read Oh My Goddess?
No, but I know of it. I haven't read it though. Is it good?
I'm actually a big fan of that. Actually, that's a pretty good romance comic.
Yeah?
I've actually always loved Kazuki Fujiyoshima's art.
Yeah.
And it's like, because just like how it work with Japanese, they just pick a genre and they just play with it, like with the Oh My Goddess, like, the main little wimpy character does build up, but he's got to deal with gods and goddesses and then demons and that, so there's a fair bit of supernatural and comedic kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, and I do like that kind of stuff where they like intertwine more than just romance aspect into it. That's why Orange is like with the sci-fi I really enjoyed, because there was just a lot more kind of going on. So yeah, I get it. I think the very first thing that got me into like Japanese culture, pop culture, aside from Pokemon obviously, was Inuyasha. I watched like the entire series and the entire like all the movies and stuff like that. So that'd be kind of cool to read as well, but that would take a long time to do. But yeah, that's what got me into it.
Would you say that manga has influenced your art?
Absolutely, yes. I was actually going to find my very, very old sketchbook with a lot of amateur like manga drawing inspired by Inuyasha, actually, but it's buried somewhere very deep. I don't know if I can find it, but yeah.
But just to throw you a compliment, at least it's not like you can. I mean, if you look at your work, the first thing that doesn't jump into mind, like, oh, somebody trying to do manga. It's just nice drawing, nice illustrations. So,
Thank you. That's
because it is kind of like, I think that like a lot of people kind of maybe don't copy too much of it, where you're like, I think you maybe don't get the essence of it, but or drawing or whatever. But I think you found a really nice balance. It's really cool.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, I used to do quite a lot of like really, really like manga styled artwork, and then as I've progressed, I've kind of like wanted to chisel away my own kind of style. But I guess you can see a lot of my artwork is still quite heavily influenced by at least Japanese culture, I'd say. So, yeah, manga's definitely been a huge like stakehold in my like art journey. So, yeah.
Angie, what about you? I feel like there's a manga influence in career, and I believe like on past shows, I've seen a bookshelf of manga in your background.
Yeah, I guess it's mainly anime that first inspired me, the storytelling elements and the visual style. But I didn't get my hands on manga in a very years later. I picked up my first manga maybe about, I don't know, 7 years ago, not too long ago. But that's where my heart is. My style isn't pure manga though. I've got a lot of influence from Western styles as well. So
yeah.
I think I'm a bit, maybe 70% manga, 30% Western.
Yeah, yeah. What draws you to manga? What do you like about it?
I think it's because manga focuses more on its internal emotions and feelings of the characters, because in Japanese culture they don't get to express themselves. They have a term, I don't know it off the top of my head, for pretending to be someone else, but I think anime and manga is all about who you really are, and that's why it's really cool.
Wow, good answer. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And then and then just funny because we're strapped for time, and I thought to ask this of Shaden, but I'll ask it of you and then I'll ask it of Shaden. You both actually in your respective comics have quite distinct color palettes and choices. Angie, in yours, I feel like there's a watercolor sort of vibe-ish, or maybe I'm off. Where does your, obviously manga being black and white, where does your color influence come from? Have you ever pinpointed where, you took bits from here and there and whatever, or?
I don't think it's anything really to do with manga particularly, because I think color is everywhere. But I really like saturated colors and hues. But I've tried to get away from that a bit. But the reason for that in my comics is because I wanted it to look historical. So if you want to age something up, you use a lot of saturation, maybe a warm color or something.
Yeah.
What
about you, Shaden? Where do you think you have quite amazing color choices in your books?
Yeah, good question. I think it might actually be the fact that a lot of manga is black and white, and I never really got to experience that. But my color inspiration has not actually come from anywhere in Asia. It's actually come from a artist from the Netherlands called Lois, and she understands color and she's always really nice color combinations and palettes and stuff like that. they're not as saturated per se as mine, but I think I definitely got more into color as I progressed into Western comics, which came out after I was into manga. I then progressed into the Western comic world. So like Pink Girls and like those covers, those really striking, colorful covers is what really kind of was like, oh, maybe I could join the best of both worlds together, like that color from the Western community and then like the manga kind of influence from that past that I've had. So yeah, that's probably what I'd say. Yeah.
Alex, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, do you think manga has influenced your artwork at all at any stage?
Well, when I was younger in high school, I used to copy and trace a lot of anime manga stuff. Not as much trace, but copy whatever, a lot of it. I've been going in and out with it, like because like it's kind of when you're learning animation, you kind of there's like I know it's going to be offensive on it because like when I got in, I studied animation at Disney, and then you see how they animate. And then sorry, yeah, I know I've met them first time. Really? Yeah, I know. And but anyways, you know what? I'll tell you a positive thing rather than shit on manga and saying that there's some stuff on it. Ranma Half is one of my favorite animes, so check that out. It's an 80s cut. It's also an anime as well as a comic, as a manga. It's awesome, and I think that. Although I find like with the scope of Japanese comics is maybe a little bit what it lacks scope in artwork, it makes up for in stories because you do have a lot of crazy stories going on. While on the other hand, if you go look at Western comics, like Wolverine has 10 million different looks depending on who's drawing it and how they feel. But it's still kind of like the stories. I think I'd say Marvel and DC stories aren't as varied as the Japanese comics. I don't know. I don't know what people. I don't know how other people in. So maybe I'll just throw that back into it. That's an observation I think with manga. Where
no, that's interesting. Yeah. Logan, do you know why do manga seem to borrow from this similar? Like, there's not a diverse range of art styles, or is there? Am I totally wrong?
You're totally wrong. Yeah, there is an enormous range of art styles. Yeah, what you've seen on a general level is that reproduction happening. You know, when someone's really popular, suddenly everybody starts copying their art style. So there is a lot of variation in art styles being really tight or really loose, or being 100% comically cartoonish to being ultra realistic. So they have a very, very broad spectrum of art.
But you can spot a Japanese comic a lot further away. Like, I mean, it's not like there's always exceptions to the rule, but I've been to Japanese comic shops plenty of times in Japan, and you pick it up on it, and you can go to Kinikiniwa as well. There's nothing wrong. It's just like I mean, I understand if you're a fan of it all, and if you're deep into it, you can see a lot. But if you're on a surface level, it's a bit harder to see the differences, I think. I mean, there's a culture in Japan where the anime and manga culture, it's a lot more factorized. Like, there's like a whole apprentice system going on. So the apprentice is so close to the master, he's going to draw like the master. On the other hand, in the US, you don't have that. They just kind of spread around, and then nowadays they send off commission people in Brazil and other places, and Mexico and other places. So people are like, and it's been in the US, it's kind of, you don't have that master apprentice system that you'd have in the Japanese culture. So you have like they don't pass on the same way. And then also like with just so I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, it looks like me and Logan can fight about it later. There's no point.
I'm sure we can fight about it at length at some point.
Yeah, there's no point in bringing that. But just one thing, just like people that go to Japan, not everybody in Japan likes manga. Just so you know, not everybody, like my girlfriend, she's Japanese. and she's borderline offended when people just assume she likes manga and stuff.
right.
So when you go to Japan, don't assume everybody. It's more manga and there's more comic culture than there is here, but some people do find it annoying. So just be careful about that.
Imagine that poor person who comes up to you and calls you Alex Mayor and assumes that your partner.
Well, that
likes
guy's just lucky that I can't fight, and Angie's not near me to I don't know, do something to beat them up for me. She's like, don't you dare call him Mayor. Bang. We don't have that. But think of it more like, all the cringe Aussie stuff that people do abroad about Australia. That's how a lot of Japanese people feel about manga and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, Angie's the one you want in your corner, mate. She's bloody taekwondo. Well, no, kickboxer, isn't it, Ange?
No, I can't fight.
I thought you do. I thought you do MMA.
Yeah,
No, I just talk about it.
Oh.
What's up, Dave?
All right. Well, we're at
anyways,
the hour mark, so let's take a look at some artwork.
Come on, let's see some.
My drawing.
Drawing. Make any money with your drawings?
Shut up, bitch!
Yeah. So let's do it, Sis. What do you think?
Yes, let's start with the first one I got this week, which was from Dan May.
Yay.
Hey.
That's really nice.
Yeah, wacko. Good one,
work.
Dan.
Why hasn't Dan been on the show anyway?
Yeah, oh, he's
That's a
camera
good
shy,
question, Alex. That's a good question. I wish I knew. There's my
mate.
answer.
His brother won't let him. His brother won't let him.
Yeah, well, I'd love to have him on the show.
Yeah, come on, Dan.
Well, you can't.
And here's his second picture.
Oh, wow.
You, Haggishu, nice.
Wow, that's
What's that?
awesome.
Who did that? Maisie.
Dan May again.
Oh,
He said
wow.
in two.
Those maids can draw.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they can. They proved that before.
Does it say Maisie?
Yeah, Maisie.
Or is it May Z, Dave?
Well, it's got double E after it, so I guess it's Maisie. It's like a nickname, I think. Maisie. Like you be Lily.
We move on to the next one?
Sure.
Ready? Okay. Travis.
Great work, Dan.
Oh, Battle Angel.
Wow.
That's a
Show us.
that's a very good anime. I'd highly recommend that one.
Can I get a double click on that? Oh, it hasn't come up for me.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not coming
I
out
might
for
be
you.
a big fan of that too.
That's colour
Now-
pencil, I think, is used there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
that's
see that.
good. Trev Dog.
Now-
Still can't see it.
Yeah,
My only
yeah,
critique.
that's a bit of a bug.
None of us are in this one.
Give me one more. Give me one more, because I can just see everyone's faces.
I can see it.
That's amazing.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
I'll try a few more times. How's that?
I'll download it.
Doing wonders for my epilepsy.
Take our word for it. Quick, it's bloody good.
Email me, Trev.
Yeah. Oh.
Ah, there's a nice comment for you, Sean. K from K Aspton. You see that, Sean?
Yeah.
Oh. And okay. Michelle.
Sorry, keep
You're
going.
still checking that, are you, Spedsy?
just
What
funny.
if you press it, Nick? See if it works if you press
I
it.
tried. I thought I'm about to lag out. So on with the show.
On with the show. We've got Michelle. Yeah, that's the one.
Ah, Mish. Lovely.
Yeah, I hope I'm not going to read all this out because I'm not.
I think you are. Gone from Hunter x Hunter
Oh,
is a
yeah,
Japanese
that's
manga
good
series
stuff.
written and illustrated by Yoshihiro Takashi. This manga series have two anime adaptations, one that aired in 1999 and one in 2011. Spedsy, now you.
No, you got it. You were doing great. I was even going to give you
I already did one. Okay, Shaden, you do the next one then, because someone die.
Tamahome from Fushigi Yugi. Oh god, I'm probably absolutely butchering this. A Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Yuwase.
That's
It
what she
tells the
said.
story of two teenage girls, Mayaka and Yui, who are pulled into the universe of Four Gods, a mysterious book at the National Diet Library. Is that right? Am I reading that right?
That's what
It is
she said.
It is based on the four mythological creatures of China. Interesting.
Okay, Dave, you read the next one.
Go, Dave. Go.
I'll do the last one.
Yeah.
Rekka from Flame of Rekka is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Nobuyuki Anzai, and the animated show was first aired in Japan in 1997. Rekka Hanabishi is a superpowered teen who is obsessed with ninjas, not knowing he is one himself, being a descendant of the leading line of the Hokage. Rekka has the ability to create fire. There you go.
Nice.
Wow.
This is the most amount of
Nailed it, guys. I couldn't have done that.
This is how you go viral, Spedsy. This is how you go viral, just saying.
That was awesome, Michelle. Thank you for all the info as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to palm off the reading of it.
Davo77.
Dave,
really nice.
Hey, what's that in her mouth?
Gag.
Bamboo. Piece of
No
bamboo.
idea. It's
bamboo gag.
Rocco
Right.
Kamado? I don't know. I
To
butcher
stop her from biting
English
people.
words, so
Make
God
us
knows
open.
what I'm doing.
Make us
Good
open.
one, Dave. Good work, mate.
Did you hear Logan was dropping info and
That's all right. I think whoever needed to hear it heard it.
Okay, awesome.
Now go on, Logan, please repeat, because like everybody needs to know about it. So what did you say?
I said the bamboo in her mouth is it's a gag to stop her from biting people.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Biting.
Cool.
Oh, like
Can we
a
get
muzzle.
one of those, Alex? Is
Alex, you're fired.
Dear. Well, Davo77 threw in another one
Oh,
Oh, definitely. Nice.
wow.
from Death Note. I can pronounce that one.
Wow. That's a wacko, mate. Well done.
Nice work, Davo.
Hmm.
Davo's output of cartooning is crazy. He does these awesome little 2 or 3 panel little comic strips, slice of life stuff. It's really good.
Yeah.
I can tell you where to find it. You can follow him on
Google Davo77.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
He's all over it.
No.
He used to be on Facebook a lot. wasn't
Yeah, I
he?
used to see his comics on Facebook. He's on
There's a cartoonist page he's on where he posts his daily stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Then we have Nick May has sent one in his absence.
Ah,
No.
Right. What are we looking at
all
here?
right.
Who's this person?
That'd be Tetsuo from Akira.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Oh, I never imagined. Yeah, that's it. That's sort of the picture I drew, was around that era where his arms going grotesque. In my picture, he's doing the same thing. Sort of, only it's his other arm. Very good,
So we
Nick,
got
as
our-
usual. Chernobyl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got our pair after all. Thank you, Nick and Dave. Martin Gammon.
Oh,
Oh, Martin Gammon, right. Good one, mate. That's a ripper.
Yeah,
Look at
that is
that.
wicked.
Who are those
One of the
characters?
That's
That's-
Totoro and Kiki and her cat.
Gigi. I've actually got a
Gigi.
cat called Gigi after that exact cat. I love Kiki's delivery
cool.
service. So good.
Oh,
so
that's-
good.
But okay, Shaden, what's the deal with it? Apparently, it's based on Tasmania. I saw a documentary on the ABC where the cafe is based on. It looks nothing like the movie. and I watch that movie, and I don't have. I've been to Tasmania, and I get zero Tasmanian feelings watching that movie.
Wait. What? Say what? What's
Kiki's Delivery Service is apparently based is inspired or based in Tasmania, and it
Really?
doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't. There was
Inspired
a
by
thing.
the bakery, Alex.
Oh,
There's
right.
a bakery in Rosstown that is
Oh.
famous because they do they cook the bread the old-fashioned way with a big stove, and that's where he got his inspiration from. The traditional way.
Sorry, Art, you got misinformed.
Oh, there you
Not really
that movie.
Tassie.
You gotta listen, Alex. You gotta stop talking.
I've been wanting to keep this PG, Nick, so I'm keeping my language inside.
Good for you.
Anyways, thanks, Angie, for correcting me, because I knew that there was
What
like
do you like to say?
this
Don't
thing.
talk too much tonight, Alex.
No, I told me to shut up after the show, so there's no green room chatter. That's all.
Oh, you're making up. You're making up.
This is all the
Well, I'm
talking
going
I
to
can
jump
do.
in, Alex, and interrupt you and say Janet Locke did this
Ah,
one.
Janet.
Nice.
Yeah, good on you, Janet. Ripper. Very good. Who's
Yeah.
that?
I'm not going to try
Zorro.
to pronounce it. It's just silly.
What? It's from One Piece.
Oh,
Zorro?
really?
Zorro?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, Zorro.
Oh, okay.
Zorro.
That's not the name that's written here, but okay, good. I like it. Zorro.
Maybe-
Zorro. Doesn't he have a hat and
I
like a
can't remember
little?
what his other name is.
Nice.
Different guy.
Roronoa. Zorro.
That's the one.
Roronoa.
Very good, Janet.
Excellent.
Very good.
And Shaden has sent through her art.
Oh, nice.
Here we go.
Ah, look at that.
Oh, cute.
Kimi ni Tadoki.
That's like totally different from what you read. Amazing.
It means from me to you. It's one of the books that I held up just now. So sweet. It's the
Right.
best. Yeah. I love it.
Right, yeah.
Wicked.
The male characters are very androgynous, aren't they?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. They
No,
can be.
maybe.
Have a look at those ones back there. Have a look at that one
Depends-
shade and just put it
Depends on
back
how
up.
you look at it.
Yeah.
Dave and Alex are on fire tonight. This one's from David. The other David.
The mighty.
Oh, is this
Atom.
yours, Dave Shembry?
Yes.
Oh, that's yours, Dave.
Yeah,
Ripper, mate.
Astro
Astro
Boy is a
Boy.
favourite of mine. Yeah.
Mm.
I went
Favourite.
to.
Awesome.
Anybody go to Japan? I strongly recommend to go to the Osamu Tezuka Museum. The guy that created it. It is amazing. Is really beautifully put together building. It's like almost like a castle, and it's got his whole history from Atom Boy, Kimber the Lion, and all the other stuff. And they also have a little animation studio on the bottom where they'll sit you through, and you can do little animations.
Yeah.
Proper, like a manga setup where you've got floating pegs, unlike the disc pegs at Disney. You got the little floating pegs. You sit there and you flip your papers and animate, and they scan in for you. So,
Oh, right.
so if you go to Japan, go to it, and it's also the whole, like from the train station there, they got little pavements and they got little anime drawings and manga drawings from all of his series as well. The little peacock character and a bunch of other stuff. It's really beautiful. So, anyways, there's that good tip to.
Hey,
travel
can I show you my picture? So that last one was yours, Logan.
Sorry?
Is that,
No, that was
last one yours?
Dave's. Dave Shembry.
Oh, Dave. Oh, I'll show you mine anyway. So there's I'm trying to draw everyone tonight. So I also had a go at
French boy.
And now there's just one left. Of course, I thought Cranky deserved some more of his.
Poor bum. Cracky.
There you go.
No,
So-
well done, mate.
Are we on to the traditional people now? Logan, we'll start. You're like,
Me.
yeah,
I'm
did you do
digital.
traditional or digital?
Digital.
Oh, can you send it through so I can whack it on the screen?
Sure.
In the meantime,
I'll just message it through to you.
Yeah, that's the easiest way.
probably. Yeah.
While you're doing that, we could always have a peek at Dave's.
Yeah.
Isn't there supposed to be a music for Dave?
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
I got it.
No, don't put the music on.
Did you say don't put the music on?
Don't do it.
What?
Too late,
Dave, who's this guy?
It's from Akira.
What? Tell us what you. Now, Dave, I didn't ask you before. Has manga played any influence in your art? Do you think?
I don't know if it has, but it's. I like looking at it. I do. I think they're very clever. The artists are brilliant artists. So I do like looking at it, but I don't know. It probably has a little bit, but I can't say where. But no, I do enjoy reading it. There's one,
especially when it's numbered.
You know, this one I like a lot. The art in this.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Very, you know, clean lined and that, and just this is like Lord of the Rings basically. It's such a huge story. It's a double volume.
Yeah.
And it just goes on and on. It's a real epic adventure.
Now, who drew this one?
The man himself. Miyazaki, yeah.
Good. Just making sure.
That's the only comic he ever made, actually, because he was originally a filmmaker. But I remember the people upstairs told him to make a manga of Nausicaa Valley to win. So when he gets the film done, it could probably sell. People recognize it.
Yeah. This is another favourite of mine. Ghost in the Shell would have been one of the first ones I read. After I saw the anime, I had to buy the book, and it's bloody brilliant. But, you know, like a lot of the manga stuff I read, it gets really deep at the end and I can't follow it, but it's really enjoyable for the first 3 quarters. The last. You ever watch Evangelion? God, my goodness, how did that bloody end?
Well, that depends. Did you watch the ending properly? There's a process to it because there's 2 films that happened before the last episode.
I watched they had a thing on YouTube, how to understand Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I watched that, so that helped.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore in there. So,
Dave, I've got a quick question to you because you watched the original movie Ghost in the Shell, and then you went to the comic because that's the way I consumed it as well. I saw the movie and I thought it was beautiful. And then I watched the comic, and then I was like, "Oh, the tanks are fucking funny. Why aren't they in the movie?" And after the comic, I watched the movie and I hated it. I thought it was like generic shit compared to the comic because I was like, the comic is so much fun compared to. I mean, it's not all of it fun. It's just basically overly explaining weapons and stuff. But the little Fujikamas or whatever they're called, they're funny.
Yeah, but the anime is different. It's good in a different way. It's a movie and it's got all the music and stuff that goes with it. There's some of those scenes with the airships going over the top or whatever it is, and it's that dreamy sort of music. That's really they're little episodes within it. Oh, that's a really great show. It's a different way of looking at it, but they're both really good. I recommend both of them.
Well, if you watch the actual TV show, like the Fujikamas are actually in it, and they definitely got different AIs. They all got their little personalities.
Yeah, the game is also more on the TV show as well, which has more. Did you guys play the PlayStation game? The thing?
The PS2 one or?
No, the PS1. Come on, I'm old.
Oh, the PS1.
I got both PS1 and PS2 ones.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't know that.
I got the PS2 one. I didn't have the PS1 one.
Yeah, I'm old.
Well, the PS1's more based on the Fujikama, but the PS2's on you're playing Watoko Kusanagi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never had a PS2. I was doing other stuff.
Never had a PS. Except at the bottom of letters.
Sean, let's take a look at your art, mate.
Well, I got a couple of them. I'll just go backwards.
Yes.
Just because the last one. This is for the last show. Since nobody did an Al Bundy.
Hell yeah.
What a
So
reason.
good. Married with Children, underrated sitcom.
Yeah.
That's like one of the best shows of all time. Like, especially like you go to YouTube, you just type in Al Bundy's best insults. That's just like really bad, like insulting Shakespeare. I'll never get tired of it.
That's from what you're talking about.
Even small stuff, just like, see, I told you I was a size 4. Then Al proposed, no, man. 4 is what you're going to have to yell when the shoe pops off your foot.
You're talking about Married with Children, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, when he's in the shoe shop, turn it up.
Shoot me $12.
And this one is actually one I'm actually reading online because it's not available in print in the West yet. Probably won't because I don't think it did well enough, but it's Tepu.
Oh, right.
It's actually a women's MMA manga.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, nice drawing.
Yeah.
I think Angie, did that spike your interest?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
I can keep up with all
Or,
the news.
like, because I just saw it and I'm just like, yeah, I'll be interested in reading it. But then, like, I saw it like you can only get it digitally. So I've got to read it off a non-legit website. And, yeah, it's pretty interesting, like, this character, like, how she's just, like, good at every sports, but then, like, she discovers MMA. She tries it, then she loses. Then she's like, I want to keep going with this. And they're like, why? You kind of got your ass kicked. And he goes, yeah, but that's what makes it kind of interesting. I want to actually try harder.
That's cool. Never give up,
And,
eh?
yeah, there's this one too. This is like one of my favorite classics, Gantz.
Gantz is fantastic.
Oh, Gantz is really cool. That's so
That looks
creepy.
like a panel out of one of your latest comic, mate.
Blade Whip.
Yes. Oh yeah, and speaking of Battle Angel Leader, that's one I did.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I did. If I can find it.
Geez, mate, you scratch a bit of graphite out. That's great.
Oh, wow.
That's
pretty cool.
Just hold it up at the top of the page, mate, so it's square. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's wicked.
So,
Love the eyes.
yeah, it's just this
Chainsaw
is
Man.
like the old stuff.
Oh, Chainsaw Man. I know that one.
Chainsaw Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goddess.
All right. Yep.
But the Dark Horse used to
One
publish that,
Mortal
right?
No, that was like Shintaro.
Twins, I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Twins.
Sizzle, that was smoking.
The Dirty Bear.
What did I read? The Gunsmith Kids or something. That's rude. That one.
Gunsmith
The
Cats.
Gunsmith Cat. That's,
Yeah,
actually what I'm
that's pretty rude. That one. Don't
drawing
buy
now.
that one.
That's actually the manga, but actually made me want to draw manga actually, like properly.
That is one of the most underrated anime series that rolled out. The animation quality on that thing is phenomenal.
Yeah, right.
Well, back at that time, they were more doing like OVAs than just like going straight into TV shows.
Yeah, it's a
There's a
three
fair bit of OVAs
or
back in
four
the
part.
80s and 90s.
Good stuff, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
That
Let's
was awesome.
keep it moving because we are
Yep.
well over time. So have we
Logan.
seen? Yep, good.
Ah,
Right ahead.
Hell yeah.
So this is Sheba from Shibatarian, which is a series that's currently running, a horror series about a boy who imagines a friend, and that friend decides to start trying to take over the world. In a sense, it's a horror series that involves that sort of uncanny valley kind of sensation. where he's being constantly haunted by these people with the same face.
No. He's like looking at himself all the time, is he?
It's a different character to the main character, but it's kind of hard to describe because it's a pretty unique story without sort of giving away too much, I guess, because there's a few twists and turns in there.
No, look, that's a great bit of artwork there, mate.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
I imagined a friend once.
I remember Logan and I share a page in another comics show. So, and I remember his artwork there was really good. Wasn't romantic, but it was still good. It was very nice drawings. Want to throw a compliment at it.
Oh dear.
What about you, Andy?
Oh yeah, did a sketch of Chrono Crusade.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, like this character. I love this manga. I first watched it as an anime, but the style is very different to mine, and I don't really draw a lot of tall male kind of characters that are very lanky, so it's difficult.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll give him another crack another time.
Well, you got all the bones of it down, really there. That's great. Very nice. Good to see that loose sort of work.
Done. We've done it? Have we done it?
We've done
all
it.
right.
Except for the dancing.
I have to do that now because too many times I've gone, all right, we've seen everybody, and then 3 people go, you haven't seen mine. You
Hurry up, mate.
All right, well, thank you so much for bearing with us in our disappearance and return. What else have we got? So I've made a bold choice while the show was on. Dave, prepare to drop a deuce on my decision. In a fortnight, we will draw and talk about Looney Tunes.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Is that a Dave?
Okay.
Is that all right? Famously, Dave hates suggestions.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be all right, I guess. Pretty simple
Dave,
sort of drawing, but okay.
We just talk about war and draw soldiers and guns and shooting. So next week we'll do Looney Tunes.
Didn't they have World War II cartoons? Like Warner Brothers did Looney Tunes, where they mocked the German government of the day in the 1940s and 30s. Just saying, like wartime and Dave and Looney Tunes.
That's all right. I'll do Wile E. Coyote, buddy, blowing something up.
Oh, don't spoil it. Come on. Like, why are people got to tune in next week if they already know what you're drawing?
All right. Yeah. So that's in a fortnight. This is a fortnightly show. I keep forgetting to say that. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to the artists in the room. Thank you to the artists at home. Please do go take a look at the Comex shop. That's comex.shop. Featuring books from... What?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
No, we got viciously attacked, so the site is down. I have to fix it.
Like by terrorist hackers?
I don't know, but they bombarded me with 12,000 purchases that didn't go through and crashed the site.
Bloody Russians, I bet.
No, it was the thing leads back. Oh, where did I find it? Went back to.
Says what comic did they try to buy 12,000 times or 12 million times?
Presents you one.
Oh wait, am I in that? No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not, sorry.
Russian bots. What's going on? I paid all that money to that underground scam place. All right. Well,
the address they used every time was a Melbourne address. Someone in Melbourne was trying to...
What did you do?
Spedsy.
Well, so on Comex's 3rd birthday, do not support the show by going to the hacked shop. But keep an eye out for when it's back up.
I should fix it by Sunday. Easy.
Don't forget Adelaide Comic and Toy Show tomorrow.
Tomorrow on Sunday.
Quick, you'll be there, right?
Yes, on Sunday. We'll be The Budgie booth will be up, not far from the Shaden booth. Come and buy some local comics. Good times.
Nice.
Just another quick word, just like to any non-Brisbane creators, if they're interested in getting a spot at Comic Street, because that's back on again. You just have to go to the site to apply for a table. It's only $50, and it's on around July. So, you know, like anyone in Australia is probably welcome. I'm pretty sure of it, but you have to apply pretty quickly because there'll be a fair bit. But yeah, the more creators, the merrier.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Rusty. Actually, Rusty in Japan, we could have used your voice tonight, my friend. But
yes,
late as usual.
Yeah, I had a thing. You could support the show by following each of the creators on Instagram or checking out their websites. There you go, do that. Now to take us home, I got numerous emails from Logan asking could he do the sign off. Actually, now that I say this out loud, Quick, you wanted to do a sign off, didn't you? So before we cut to Quick, Logan, just test out your catchphrase that you wanted to end the show with a catchphrase.
No, don't be putting me on the spot like that.
All right, Quick, take us home, mate.
The dancing, dude. The dancing. Alex, you got some fiction animation to show us?
I can never do this flawlessly. I always have to forget something. I'm so sorry, Alex Major.
This is the highlight of the night. Everyone's waiting for when Alex's animation.
Which one do I click? I'm not even sure which one's new to look at. Oh,
it's the green one.
Okay.
With
all
the
right.
pink bunny.
I apologize. Alex, I love you. Here is
Everybody
start dancing.
You don't need.
I think we do, don't we?
Hell yeah.
Man, this one's not dancing.
Right.
We'll be back to dancing next fortnight. We just be. Hey,
there we go.
Okay, mate. Good stuff. Well done, Alex. You've got a background and everything in that one tonight.
Yeah, because anime needs speed lines.
Oh, right. Yeah. There we go.
That's wicked,
and music
Alex.
too. Where's the music?
No, that was Spedsy.
And that awkward transition where the music stopped and then they're like at opposite ends of a really large scroll. So I had to turn the music off, then scroll all the way back up to anyway, it's a thing. All right.
Very good, Alex. Well done, mate.
Please,
thanks, Dave.
Take us out of here.
All right, guys. Remember to send your art to Sizzle. Start drawing your Looney Tunes now. We're back in 2 weeks. Come back on Sunday for the birthday party. All the good stuff. My name's Quick. These are my friends. We like to draw. See you, Space Cowboy. Bye.
Like and subscribe to the channel.
Alfred, let's go shop.
Comics.shop.
Say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night. See you next time.
Press the button, the button.
Just press the